Hello everyone, so nice to have you once again. If you're new here, welcome to my channel, and if you are a regular subscriber, thank you so much for joining me again. In this video today, I thought I would just come on here to tell you about how my 3 years of being in the UK has been so far. Today, October 28th, marks 3 years officially since I've migrated to the United Kingdom, and I thought, why not just give you some information as to how I'm doing, what it's been like, and things such as that. All right, so once again, thank you so much for joining me, and here it goes. I'll talk about like a few things, and just to give you guys like a synopsis of what it's been like so far for me. I remember October 28th, 2020, when I landed in London, and when that cool breeze or air or whatever just hits you in the face, and then reality struck in that, okay, this journey has begun. Initially, I'm not gonna lie, initially I had like a lot of doubts and fears, and everything was like creeping in, because it's like, no, that reality is about to set in. I did have like some reservations and things like that, but I've learned over the years to enter into whatever phase of your life with an open mind. And when you do have an open mind, sometimes that helps you to like adapt to like new situations easier and better. All right, and that is what has helped me over these last 3 years to really survive and conquer. And because I'm not gonna say it's like been a bit of road since I've been here. I've had my fair share of struggles. I may not necessarily talk about them all the time or whatever, but I mean, I've had my fair share. But nonetheless, I'm here, by the grace of God, I am still here, celebrating, giving thanks, being grateful, because God has kept me, over these 3 years. So let's talk about the weather, because as I said, when that breeze hits you, when you're just reached, right? To be honest, I'm not going to say that I've gotten used to the weather. I don't think anybody can get used to that kind of weather where it's like kind of wet and gloomy most of the time. Plus I live in the north, where in the north of England, northeast to be exact, it's pretty wet and cold and gloomy most of the times. So I haven't gotten used to it, but I think I've kind of acclimatized to it, to the fact that maybe 3 years ago I wouldn't be sitting here in just this. I would have all sort of things on all over, socks, tam, like a lot of things, like a lot of clothes, just to keep me warm. Plus the heaters in the house would be on full blast. But no, I think I kind of just learned to dress for the weather, and kind of say that I'm coping a little bit better than I was when I just landed here in October 2020. So it hasn't been so bad, and to God be the glory. To be honest, I remember as a child I used to be quite sickly. Like as the weather change, I would get sick and things like that. But I've been here for the last 3 years, and I haven't really had like any serious illness where I've been like down and out under the weather for like any significant amount of time. I do get a little stuffy at times, or I do get a little runny nose or whatever, or just some normal things, but it's nothing significant, but yeah. Talk about the food. The food is pretty much the same. The only thing that has gotten better is that sometimes what I do is I try to get access to some of the things that I think would remind me of home. So I found this place recently, because normally I used to, because I love like rice plantain so much, I used to even buy plantain on Amazon. Don't judge me. But that's how much I loved it and I couldn't get it. But no, I kind of find places that I can get that, more easier. Um, yes, there are certain things that are more accessible to me now because, like when you talk to people more, you go out more and things like this, it does help you to like see what's out there. So like certain things, you can always get like at the Afro Caribbean stores and things like that. So yeah, but pretty much I still learn to eat and drink whatever is available. Whatever I can't get, it just stay for another time. If there's anything in particular that reminds me or is supposed to remind me about Jamaica, I just wait until I have access to it. Like if I go to some places in London or if I go to certain places in Birmingham or places like that where there's like a large community of like black people or Jamaican people, like there are certain things that I can get access to more easily. But yeah, I just learned to just adjust pretty much. Social life, I would say, to be honest, like I have grown in that regard because I think initially I did struggle a bit, trying to balance my social life and work and just being here, and especially being a single mom. At least the thing that helps me now is that Caitlin is getting older. She's now 12 years old. It has gotten easier because I mean 3 years ago she was 9, so it would have been much different. But now I think I've learned a little bit more how to like balance certain aspects of my life and things like that. And the older she gets, is the easier certain things become. It's not like if she's staying with someone, it's not like she's a baby or a toddler where they're gonna have to be making feed or changing diaper. It's a whole grown child. It's just to have like an adult supervision around and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that aspect of my life has improved as the year progresses, and I'm grateful for that because, to be honest, sometimes we do need that balance in our lives, to be like a well-rounded person, because at the end of the day, life is too stressful and too short to not live, to like your fullest potential and things like that. Talk about finances. To be honest, I would say that I think I'm in a better place than I was, when I just came. Because of course, you're going to a new country, you're starting over. Literally, you start buying everything from scratch again. Like I came into this country literally with just like 2 suitcases. No, I mean, I live in a 2-bedroom apartment that's fully furnished by me. So you come with 2 suitcases, but at the end of the day, over the months and the years, you have acquired all the things that you need, to live comfortable, and you don't have to be living like, not that, yes, the economy is what it is or whatever, cost of living everywhere has gone up or whatever, but I can say to God be the glory, it's not like I have to be, like struggling to find a meal or anything like that or whatever. I can say glory be to God in that regard. All right. Transportation, pretty much I still don't drive, of course, because where I live in the UK, I mean, it's quite easy and accessible to have, or to go by public transport. I have the metro, I have the bus, there is a local taxi, there is Uber, so it's pretty much so easy to get around. And having a car or owning a car, initially it wasn't really like a priority. If I had one, fine, it would have been like for convenience, but it wasn't really like a necessity. But I mean, moving forward, of course, I'm gonna think about having my own car. To be honest, I do enjoy being a passenger. I'm the passenger princess kind of girl. But anyway, nonetheless, we'll think about buying a car soon. All right, and I'll take you guys along that journey with me. Talk about church, my spiritual life. Initially, of course, coming here in 2020, I was on the hunt, trying to find somewhere that I would feel comfortable to worship and all sorts. I grew up in Pentecostal church, of course, and to be honest, here is not really the place where you're gonna see and hear people talking about church like that all the time. People have different beliefs and values and things like that, and you have to be careful not to impose your beliefs or your values on other people, or whatever the case might be. Some things you have to be quite subtle with. um but I must say, fast forward into 2023, I've finally found somewhere that I've been going. I've been there about two times. Yeah, I think I've been twice or three. Anyway, but I found somewhere that I've been going to, and to be honest, I feel quite comfortable there, and I will continue to go there, for now, because it is what it is. And at the end of the day, it's all to the glory of God. And I must say that I really enjoyed those 2 Sundays that I've visited so far. I felt really welcome, and Caitlin also loves it because they have like a separate section where certain age children go to. So that's been really good for her, and I do like that for her. So it kind of gives her an opportunity to meet more people and to socialize outside of the school environment. And I live alone with her, so of course you need that kind of exposure to like be around more people, and to know that at the end of the day, all glory be to God. Yeah, but yeah, that's in that regard. As regards to job, of course, I'm here in this country because of a job. So initially, I came with a particular company, and I worked with them pretty much up until December 2022. They had sold to a new company, and then pretty much I stayed there at the time because they were going through what they call a TUPE transfer, where basically your employment just get transferred to the new owners and things like that. Fast forward to 2023. Sorry, fast forward to 2023, I had made a decision to like move on to another company, and I did that. And as at today, yes, that's what is happening. But I got some news to share with you in the coming weeks. We'll talk about that some other time. But yeah, I did make a decision to like move on to somewhere else, and it is what it is. But as I said, I have some news to share with you guys very soon. So just stick around and you'll get some more update as it regards to job. I would say, all in all, I have grown over this last 3 years. I have grown in so many aspects of my life, to be honest. I was even privileged to do this 6 months course that I had learned about through my first employer, where it was a leadership program that was put on by the Florence Nightingale Foundation. It was for ethnic minority nurses in social care. And it was basically to try to equip us as nurses, from the ethnic minority group, to kind of get that confidence, and to build on your confidence if you already have, or to help to mold you into being leaders. Because at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of the times people think that being in a foreign country, like you're not entitled to, or you can't step up to certain positions, or whatever the case might be. And I find that sometimes people do struggle in that regard, but you can. You get me? You can. And to be honest, I really appreciated and did what should I say? I was how should I put it? I'm really excited that I had taken up that opportunity, because it did help me in gaining some more confidence in delivering myself. And yeah, so at the end of the day, sometimes it's just about a matter of being assertive, putting yourself out there, and just grow wherever you're planted. Sometimes, a lot of times in social care, people look down on social care, or will tell you that you can't advance, or you can't do this, or you can't do that, or whatever. But at the end of the day, just grow where you're planted at the minute, and then opportunities will arise eventually, and then you can, you know, spread your wings and move on to other things if and when the time comes, you know. So my advice to anyone is to always aim high. Aim high, be assertive, be proactive, because sometimes there'll be things out there, nobody's not going to come and put them in your lap. You have to go out there, you have to seek out some of these things, right? Advance your knowledge whenever you get a chance to. You know, things change every day, and you know, as nurses, you have to keep current with certain things or whatever, and don't settle. Most of all, don't settle, because I feel like sometimes people settle, and that can just be the beginning of your downfall, where you become so stressed, or you become so complacent, or whatever the case might be. If you are somewhere that you feel like there is much more that you can do, or there's much more that you have to offer, go for it. Don't settle, you know, because at the end of the day, sometimes all you need is just that inner motivation. Don't depend or rely on anybody to motivate you. Sometimes you have to find it from within, you know. And sometimes when you find that, you find that you attract so much positive energy, and that can also help to, you know, like build on certain things. So all in all, it's been a good 3 years, despite any little challenges that I would have had here and there or whatever. All in all, it has been good, and to God be the glory. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.